morning. How is everyone this morning? Hello. It is Tuesday and it is Tuesday Talks at 10:30. Hold on, I got to see if I can find us so I can see the comments, but let me know if you're here. Say hello. I have to try another one, see what we've got here. There we go. I see it. Mhm. There we go. So good morning. It is Tuesday. This is Tuesday Talks at 10:30. We're in the middle of January already. Like, oh my goodness. How crazy is that? We're in the middle of January of 2025 already. So, lots of great things that are coming up that I want to talk to you all about. But give me a hello. Let me know that you're here so that we can continue. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Tuesday Talks at 10:30. I'm Evidential Medium Stacy Needenthal, and I come to you every Tuesday morning at 10:30 in the morning. I've been doing this for probably 4 or 5 years. Missed a couple Tuesdays, but for the most part, right here's where you find me every Tuesday morning at 10:30, where we talk about things that maybe you're not comfortable in talking to other people about, whether it's meditation or grief or growing your spiritual, walking on your spiritual path, but it's something that I have been very driven to do since I have been an evidential medium for about 10 years, is to help people know that, you know what, you're not going crazy. You're not alone. You can connect with the spirit realm. Your loved ones are around you, and help you on that healing journey. So I want to first start off by talking to you about some events that are coming up. So I will be in Bel Air, Maryland, January 20th and 21st. I think there are two privates that are left, and maybe 3 or 4 seats that are available in the intimate group reading. And then I'll be back February 10th and 11th. So I've got a lot of things that are coming up. We just locked in our house at the beach, at Bethany Beach, for the retreat that is October 10th through the 12th. There'll be more information up about that later. I feel like I'm talking really quickly. Caffeine, right? Protein, power drink. There's going to be limited space available. I'm thinking about 10 people to come with us, but it's awakening your spirituality. It's putting you on the path of connecting with spirit, connecting to your higher self, starting your own healing journey, and, kind of growing what you already naturally have. This Thursday starts the Divine Empowerment Circle, and that's what I want to talk to you about. I'm so excited about this. So I have teamed up. Good morning. Good morning. I'm sorry, I should be saying good morning. So I have teamed up with a fellow evidential medium, Rose Claire. And Rose is in the Florida area right now. She is a traveling teacher. Um, and she and I have teamed up to do 12 1 hour classes followed by a half-hour empowerment circle. So I want to talk to you about what you want to expect. So, how do I go into this? So the class, like I said, it's 1 hour long, is $20. We're just charging $20. If you buy all 12, it's $120. So you're getting it for a lot less. And you can go on my website, Connecting to Spirit with Stacy, which is in the comments, and sign up. You can buy a month, or you can buy 12 months or 3 months. But we have kind of the topics out. Let me turn my heat on. So I wanted to talk to you about this. So Thursday night, this Thursday, we are going to start by talking about the mud on your spiritual boots. Well, what does that mean, Stacy? Basically, a lot of people have some type of intuition, some type of premonitions, vivid dreams, astral travel, whatever it may be. But for some reason, whether it is fear of the unknown, fear of what other people are thinking. They don't know where to go, how to start, and what to do. So, our first class, we'll be talking about cleaning off those spiritual boots and allowing us to have an open forum, basically, to talk about it. So, if you have specific questions about that, join us. And um, Rose and I are very passionate about, of course, the integrity and spirituality, but we're also very passionate about getting rid of the myths of what mediumship is or what meditation is. So we're going to be talking about what is stopping you, what are you stumbling on, so that you can move forward in it. And then February, we're going to be talking about embracing love. Everything begins and starts with love. Everything. But it also starts with loving yourself. So we're going to talk about that as well. And love has many dimensions. So it's kind of touching all of those. And then we kind of go back to, okay, so what's stopping you from that? And we build upon it each month. March, we're going to talk about abundance. Abundance, you've all heard me say a million times, it's not necessarily about how much money you have. It's about how worthy you feel you are. What is your worth? Why do you feel like you're not worthy? Who has told you you're not worthy? Or maybe your ego is in the way and you feel like you're worth more than what you are. It's finding that balance. It's understanding the balance of abundance. And we're going to be talking about that. It's going to work through, you know, um, back and forth. I mean, there are times I deal with my ego. I believe that one, right? There are times my ego steps up and gets in the way where I have to like rein it back a little bit and say, "Woo, who are you? What are you doing?" April. April, it's fitting. Oh, come on. April, it's very fitting to talk about rebirth. Spring. What happens in the spring? New buds on the trees, new flowers. You are getting your garden ready for the summer. You're washing your cars. So we're going to talk about no more excuses, no more putting things off. It's time to grow. All right. May, we're going to talk about stumbling blocks. Even when we know we're on the right path, we still struggle sometimes. I mean, I would be lying to you if I didn't say that before each reading, whether it is a one-on-one reading or an intimate group or platform, every time I'm like, oh my gosh, what if this is the time nobody talks to me? Doesn't happen. Praise God. You know, spirit, once I get out on stage or once I get there, spirit steps in and takes over. So it's talking about the spiritual borders that we put around each other of what we feel everybody should do, the obstacles of not finding our empowerment, comparing ourselves to others. So that's what we're going to talk about in May. And June is one of my favorite topics, journaling. So we're going to rewrite, rewrite to help you heal. We're going to take you into a meditation. We're going to maybe give you a topic to write about, and then we're going to go 3, 2, 1, write. And we're just going to want you to write without even thinking about it. You know, it's learning how to connect to spirit in different ways. Any of you who have had a reading with me probably has noticed I tend to talk with my hands. I feel like spirit talks to me through my hands first. Depending on where my hands are going or what I'm doing, I know what's coming up. I know where they're going with this. So, what I found is sometimes when I meditate, if I meditate with a pencil and paper, well, a notebook in my hand, when I'm finished meditating and I just start writing, all of a sudden I get the most beautiful messages. So we're going to talk about journaling and rewriting to heal. So it's writing letters to those things that hurt us and getting it out of our head and our heart. And if you need to rip it up then or burn it, not a problem. July, we're going to talk about energy. How do I get it? What do I do with it when I have it? So energy is everywhere. Literally, it's everywhere. It's that Rose and I were just talking the other night, getting ready for Thursday's class again. Having another conversation about what we're going to do. And I was talking to her about some of the epiphanies that I had with this. And when you think about energy, you have to have this full circuit in your house, you know, negative and positive, and it has to be a complete circuit, a circle. It's a complete circle. And we're meeting in a safe space in a circle. It completes that circuit so that we can build on our energy. It's harnessing that energy. It's feeling the energy shifts. I mean, literally, there's times I walk into a place and the shift in energy is really weird. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes I need to walk forward, sometimes I need to walk backward and get out. But it's recognizing the energy that's around you. And even if we're teaching you to recognize the energy around you, know that it can change. And it's okay that it changes because spirit and your growth will teach you things and to stretch your mind a little bit. Not everything is going to be the same for every single person. Okay. August, we're going to talk about, is it power tools? Hold on. August, we're going to talk about the clairs. So clairsentience, clairaudience, but it's the ability to see, feel, and hear and taste and smell and what those are all about. Since I have done mediumship, I have worked very diligently not to put myself in a box that just says, oh, I'm clairaudient or oh, I'm clairsentient. I figure spirit will give me whatever I need when I need it. So most of the times I just know that I know that I know. Okay. Sometimes I have a feeling. I can smell sometimes. I can taste. So I don't want to put a box around what spirit wants to give me in order to give the proper message. So okay, I'm gonna just stop for one quick second. Lisa, definitely. Could everybody send good vibes and prayers to Lisa? Send her some hearts. Keep her in your mind. Keep her in your heart. And anyone else watching that needs any type of prayer or meditation or love, just let us know. But if you guys could send hearts, I'm popping some hearts up there for Lisa. I would appreciate that from you all. So we were talking about the clairs in September. Um, I'm sorry, in August. In September, we're going to talk about your power tools. Power tools are the different modalities that you can use, whether it be a pendulum or astrology, tarot, angel and oracle cards, um, dowsing rods. There are different trans mediumship. There are different modalities that you can use to grow your spiritual walk. Now, this class is not just set up for people who want to be mediums. Please understand that, or that they feel like they're drawn towards mediumship. This is for anyone who wants to connect better with their higher self, with consciousness, with guides and angels, with creator. This is what this class is about. There's no judgment. It's a safe space where we can all get together and learn. October, we're going to talk about masks. What are you hiding behind? And you kind of see a theme on each one of the months. And a lot of the times when you're walking in a spiritual walk, when you are starting to open up to spirit, starting to connect to consciousness, there's always that fear. There's always something that you're hiding behind because it is not the normal thing that we were taught for the most part as kids. And it's not the normal thing for the most part that you talk about over a dinner conversation with friends. So when we talk about what are you hiding behind, it's yes, maybe you need to keep a certain look for work, like with Rose Claire. Um, since she is a teacher, she doesn't use her given name, but she's been Rose Claire forever. But if her students are looking for her, she has another name, which if she wants to give that to you, I'll let her give that to you. And I mean, a lot of mediums will do that. A lot of spiritualists, a lot of writers will do that because they have a pen name. They have a name that they want to use so that they are seen in that person. Okay. But in their normal life, I don't know how else to say that, they're seen as this person. And, personally, I never really thought about using a different name when I was, started doing mediumship. This is who I am. But I can see where some would do that because when I first started doing mediumship and someone would ask me about it, if there was someone else around, I would either pull that person away from them, I'd say, hey, come over here and let's talk about that. Or I would whisper in a low voice because I didn't have the confidence of who I was or what I was doing. So I was concerned about how other people viewed me. So when we're talking about the mask, it's what are you hiding behind? Well, I would do that, but, well, I don't know because, it's getting rid of the excuses and finding your inner self and connecting to your higher self. Doesn't mean you have to do woo woo stuff. But if you can connect to your energy and you can walk through, whether it be traumas or something that someone said to you, and you can walk through that and heal and get rid of that burden, wouldn't that be a much better place to be? And burdens aren't necessarily masks that we hide behind. I feel like burdens or things that we were taught when we were kids or young adults, you know, by family and friends, whatever the situation. I feel like they are things that we were taught that we feel like that is who we are. Make sense? So deep within you, you know that there's this person that's waiting to bubble to get out, but you were always told to be seen and not heard. So you don't speak up much. And it's breaking through that. It's allowing yourself to walk through all of that. Uh, 1 second. There we go. November, we're going to talk about gratitude. So we're going to open up the portal, basically. We're going to swirl you around in the portal of happiness and emotions and joy and faith and belief. We're going to invite you into the most powerful transformation feeling of a human. And that feeling is joy and love and happiness. Now, does that mean you're going to be tra la 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 for the rest of your life? No. But we're going to give you the tools to recognize when um, your energy starts to drop or when your emotions start to drop, how to recognize what it is, how to meditate, pray, ask, and journal, and how to walk through it. So that's what November is going to be about, all about gratitude. And then December is ripping off the band-aid of grief. We all grieve. We all grieve differently. And until you have walked through grief, you're not going to understand it. But having said that, you may walk through grief for one person and then it's totally different for another, and then it's totally different for another, and then it's totally different for another. But it is not being afraid to feel it and to talk about it, to walk through it, to accept it as part of life so that you can start the healing process. It's realizing that even though their body is no longer here, their spirit, their energy, their memory is still deep within you. So, how cool does that sound, right? So, that is January through December. All the different things that we're going to be talking about and learning about will help you to find your niche. So, when I first got the bug, I don't know how else to say it, when I first walked into my spiritual path, I literally read every single book on every single topic about spirituality. I read about meditation. I read about Akashic Records. I read other mediums' books. Um, I learned or I read about shamanism. I read about energy and crystals and the chakras. I read about, oh my gosh, dreams and numbers, everything I could get my hands on to read until I was like, oh, click, this is where it's at. You can feel that draw. And lately I have been drawn to past life regressions and, or I don't know why I did that, past life regressions and reincarnation, which I've talked about the last couple weeks. But I've literally read, I don't know, 10 books here lately about it. I got on this kick with Dr. Brian Weiss and reading his case theories and or case studies that he did and the stories behind it. And it is so interesting. I'm actually going to be doing uh, a retreat with Brian Weiss. I think it's in June at Omega. That's how, like, I need to learn about this. And I've been doing past life regressions on my clients for quite a while, and I've been regressed myself, but I can learn more. It's that constant learning. If you can learn from someone else what their theory, what their thought process, what their experience is behind it, then all of a sudden, sorry, my phone is, I guess I must have said something that woke up my phone. Um, but when you put all this together, all of a sudden something will click. And you may not agree with everything that people say. When I was talking to Rose the other night, um, when I first started reading and studying and develop my mediumship, there was one author in particular who was a medium, and she hasn't been around for a while. I'll just leave it at that. That when I read her book, some of it I was just like, oh, that's interesting, and others I read it and I thought, oh, that's BS. I don't buy that. I don't buy that. And now later, 10 years later, I'm like, ooh, I get it now. I wasn't supposed to understand it then. So if you have hunger for knowledge, read, watch YouTube videos, watch other spiritualists. There's a channel called Gaia um, that that has all different types of subjects. I'm currently watching one on crystals and stones, and there was one on past life regressions, and then there was one about journeying that I thought was interesting. And it's just opening up the mind because sometimes the mind just goes, when you're like, oh my God, I have felt that. I understand that. I was talking to a fellow medium the other night who I was on his podcast, and he's going to be on my podcast tonight, 8 o'clock, Bold Brave Media, Connecting Spirit. Um, and when I started to tell him my story, I had said to him, I thought I was schizophrenic because I was seeing, feeling, hearing stuff. And he just kind of put his head down and laughed. And he goes, oh my God, I'm so glad you used that term because that's how I felt. I felt like I was going mad, like I was schizophrenic because all of a sudden these things were coming in. And you will find when you are reading other people's stories about their spiritual journey or particular subjects, eventually you're going to hear something that resonates with you and you're like, oh my gosh, that's how I felt. That's what this empowerment circle is about. And then after class, we're doing, we're opening it up for a 30-minute circle. And a circle is just meditating and doing remote healing about particular things. So we'll be opening that up as well. So if you want to join that circle, you can do that as well. And I'll have the link up for the circle on Thursday, probably, I would think. Okay. So, what do you think, guys? Is this something that you are interested in? I see a couple comments. So, who wants to join Rose and I for class? Thursday night's the first one. We start at 7 o'clock. We go from 7 to 8. We're going to take a quick break, and then from 8 to 8:30 will be the circle where it is just meditating on a specific thing. And I mean, I will tell you right now, we're meditating, we are sending healing to North Carolina, Florida, and California. So even if you cannot make it Thursday night, I urge you to stop for a minute, maybe put your hand on your chest and be like, visualize North Carolina and send energy. And you could say healing, rebuilding, or you can just say whatever North Carolina needs. I want to send that. And just visualize a white light and you'll feel the tingles. And then maybe you want to go Florida and sending white light, whatever Florida needs. California, rain, containment, help, healing. And so it is, and so it shall be. But it's taking that moment where two or more are gathered, spirit is there. Oh my gosh, like I feel like that's a soapbox for me. Where two or more are gathered, spirit is there. So come with us on Thursday. Gather with us Thursday night. You can go on connectingtospirit.com, click on the join link. Like I said, it's $20 a class, 120 for all 12 classes. So you're getting a heck of a deal there. Instead of 200, it's 120. It's an $80 discount. Rose and I aren't doing this for the money. We're doing this to help the integrity of the world heal. The only reason we have money attached to it is we want you to show up. Deb, it's not what happened in Florida. It's what, like the tragedies of the things that have been going on. So you know what happened in North Carolina, and then right after that, it was the hurricanes. They're still rebuilding. It doesn't. How Rose and I looked at it, and she actually lives in Florida. After it's off the news, and you think, oh, okay, Florida, like you're okay. But there are several people who are there who still need to rebuild, who lost someone they loved. So that's why we're keeping Florida, North Carolina, and California in our prayers. And I mean, I'm sure there are other locations and we'll have different things that we're going to talk about. But in order to heal the world, we have to come together one at a time, send energy and love and peace and healing together to make this circuit stronger. All right, guys. So I know we were short and sweet, but I really just wanted to talk about the Divine Empowerment Circle that Rose and I are putting together. We're awakening the spirit within you. We're connecting you. We'll be talking about meditation, and of course, we'll be talking about grief. Um, we'll be talking about, gosh, just about everything. I mean, I just went over everything we're going to talk about. And if you click on my website and you see the class, you'll see each individual one, what we're going to be talking about. And I am going to put together a reading list for anyone who joins of suggestions. Doesn't mean, oh, you have to read these. There's no homework. Maybe some challenges every once in a while. But if you've felt the tug, but you don't know where to start, here we go. Come and join us this Thursday night. And the dates are on there. Let's see. We've got January 16th, February 13th, March 20th, April 24th. They're all around like that 19th, 20th, and 21st. But you'll see all the dates that are on there. Okay? So, I'll be in Bel Air next week. If you're in the Bel Air area and want to meet and have a reading or come to the intimate group, go on the website and check it out or get in touch with me. February 10th and 11th, back in Bel Air. I will be doing some things here at Hip Gypsy Emporium. I haven't posted them yet, but in February we'll be doing a gallery reading. I'm looking in the spring of bringing in some guest mediums as well and teaching on different things like crystals and meditation and opening up to spirit. All right, guys. Watch the Facebook group for the women's retreat that's coming up in October. And I guess I will talk to you all later. CB Tuesday night or tonight at 8 o'clock, where I'll have evidential medium Scott Allen on, and we'll be talking about this side of the reading. As mediums, what do we experience? All right, guys, I will talk to you next Tuesday. I pray that you all are living the life you love and loving the life you live. If not, you're the only one that can change it. I hope you have a great and wonderful and marvelous day today. And I love you. Peace out. Bye bye.